for today's sessions. So today I'm gonna explain how we use user-defined detection and how what is the advantage for user-defined detection of our WAF. So let me just explain with our GUI of WAF. You can check our domain. Only our domain policy, we already set 2 or 3 several domains. And today, let me just demonstrate with our etc domains. So as you can see, so user-defined detection is have 3 main categories: URL access rule, and keyword filter rule, and user-defined rule. So as you can and inspect more deep contents in the detections, and you can click the add button, and so you can see these contents. So URL access rule is for or set by our the URL based access rule. So as you know, almost so many security policies, 14 security policies, big scale. But any security solution cannot 100% protect and 100% the customize as client's request. So we added more functions in this the users defined detections. So user access rule can use like this. So you can set the test rule name, and you can just get a test, and the client IP. So you can really and so you can apply when you just apply these functions, and then only this IP address cannot can be captured by our security policy and security solutions by the user-based, user-defined access. And server URL is like this. So we once we just have a set the URL like a domain name, like as google.com, and you can protect. We can protect all the page of the website. But as you but what if you want to with Google, and you can set the Google page like this, like item, and you can simply set just one more page like this, and you can add, or you can apply, and then you can just check one more page is already registered. So once you just set this URL or the IP, is the IP, only this IP just cannot access this URL like this page. And once you just oppositely set like this exceptions, only this IP is not blocked to this URL like this. So the logic, the meaning of this access rule. So you can also set this user-defined rule set by 1 week like this. You can also set the time as well like this. and you can set the date today, and you can set the 23rd like this, and just you can add like this. So you can apply like this. So you can actions. You can also can optionally set the you just can just detect with a log or just block. Once you want to this user defined rule, and you can just block or the redirection or the default block page is displayed on the screen. So log also is optionally selected, not create or create, to mail or not send to send. You can just give important steps, the low or the medium and high critical. Okay, so you can apply like this. You do not, you need just write page this. And you can support it in like this. Okay, so at the moment it's not available, but you can set like this, so URL low. And secondly, we can, it is interesting function that you can get a keyword filter rule. So if you wanted to add as your own keyword filter rule, and you can use, and you also get the test, and you can get a client IP like this. And you can also set the more the additional page for the URL like as well. And important is like this: you can add stock, or you can add the log like this, and just create okay, masking. So once you once the outside attacks is aimed to hold on. It's aimed to catch to grab the personal information, and then it's a request for session. It's like this, and then our so throughout our WAF, it is the masking function. So the important personal information is masked, and it cannot visible. So it is also block the block function and redirections like this. So redirection is the automatically redirected to another page. So how we can set the redirection page? Let me show you. You can set that the main policy below, behind that is manage. This is block page manage. So the name is also, we can set the like that test, and you can the status code you can also select by yourselves. So normally we can choose the not found for error, and we can set the US means redirect URL, and click the use, and you can set the Google or the homepage like this, and then just apply. So you can already set. So what if you just after you set the defined policy, and you just got the once you just got the once just keyword filter. So once the outside the web traffic and web request is the request to keyword like this in love or this stock like this. Test name is like this. So client type like this. 192.5. Detections like this. Okay. And it's also just accepted. So when you just request to when some traffic with the love or the stock and just the outside hackers or outside threat just want to just write on the protecting servers bulletin or any just web mail like this, and then it's automatically just displays for error message and redirected to our Monitorapp website. And once if you want more detailed user-defined rule, then you can set the more detailed technology, detailed informations, and set the user-defined rules like this. Client IPs is same the previous user-defined rule. And server URL as well. The methods is like this. Use the patterns, so you can make the the regular expressions with your regular expression. Make a patterns like this. It's this like this. Very simply, let me just give you any very simple instance, simple example. The path like this. So user use or the minimum length is also. So user agent like use or not. It's cookie header. This is a cookie. You can just check the only for the header information, and you can make just your own patterns with the regular expressions, and you can add as your own user-defined rule. So cookie as well, like this: detect, send, and you can. So as this our current user defined rule is not enough. Just all the information should be inputted. So I got an error message. But once you have a once you just have a willing to make this user defined rule, so you have to fill in all the informations, and you can get your own user defined rule. Okay. And this is the roughly this explained for the user defined rule. And you can also check once you just click our UI, and you can get the admin policy like this, the priority policy, and you can get the URL access rule, just your national IP detections, and user defined role as well. And then what I think this you are curious that what is the difference for this admin policy below the priority policy and domain policy below this user defined detections. What the difference is that what if we just made the policy like the priority policy, this URL access rule and national IP detection and user defined rule is is dominated. Is the priority policy. Is this priority policy? It's all. I mean, so all the domain is the uh, the domain includes for this priority policy. This domain it is divided by each the domain. So I just checked. I just used this thing. Besides, we made two, and then we have the remainder domain. Just we call it etc domain. So once we just have this Korean character, this is one of the subname, and we just user define detection like, and we just made this own our the URL access rule, and this user defined detection is only for this domain, not for all the domain. This is the so what's the most important thing for this user defined rule is that we the monitor have we think that our the WAF web application firewall have the best performance, and we have very sophisticated security policies within our own engine, searching engine, detection engine. But it could be not to satisfy all the client, because many just false positive and first negative just problem for each the client. So we can add the another this function for this user defined rule. Okay, anyway, so if you have this is what for today's webinar. So if you have any questions about the user defined policy, and you can use our partner portal, or you can use our mail and give me any just questions. Thanks for listening, and I will come back to you with another. Thank you.